for joining us for another edition of Weekend Winners, proudly brought to you by One Equine for the equine athlete. We're back at Albion Park on Saturday night. 9 races, early start. We kick off at 4:59, so make sure you're nice and early there trackside to take part of the action. It's a good program as well. It's a good race that starts the action, and it's a good race that ends the card. So there's something for everyone here on Saturday night. In this edition of Weekend Winners, we're going to speak with Leonard, Cain and Shane Graham. Leonard Cain jumps in the hot seat to go through his drives for Saturday night at Albion Park. Leonard, appreciate the time.
No worries at all, Chris. Appreciate it.
Let's start with race 2, number 1, My Alderman Victor. He's a bit of a favourite of yours and he's going well. He lands gate 1. This looks a really suitable assignment for him.
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, he's been a great horse to me, and I enjoy driving him each time I get to. So he's in great form. His run last week was terrific. I thought he probably cost himself a little bit boring up the track late, but in saying that, his run was great. He burned off the gate and still sort of did it at both ends. So drawing 1 this week definitely is an advantage for us because we can sort of just come out on the bit because he sort of gets out good on his own and then make up our mind from there.
All right. Being 2,138 metres, are you, confirmed to take a sit here with My Alderman Victor, or do you think he's going well enough where he could attempt an all-the-way victory?
Look, to be honest, I think he's going good enough where he could attempt an all-the-way victory, but in saying that, if the right horse is there, we generally drive him with a sit. So it's one of them sort of situations where like I say, we'll just get out the gate on the bit and sort of look across and see who's there and make our mind up from there. But we'll probably drive him off the speed, I think.
All right. Just looking at that front row, you've got a few to choose from there because nothing really stands out. So it'll be interesting to see who comes looking early. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, definitely. It's just sort of probably picking out the right one who's there and going from there, I think.
All right, so that run last week when third behind Alta Equus, that form should hold up. So he's going to get every chance here, isn't he?
Oh, definitely, yeah. No, like you say, he's racing in terrific form of late, and like you say, last week's run was great, and probably could have been a little bit better if he didn't sort of bore up the track late, and I had to sort of grab him there on the line. He probably cost himself second for sure, but probably cost himself winning. So, there was nothing wrong with the run, and he had a couple of issues, so hopefully going forward it'll be better this week.
All right. When the field was released earlier in the week, was there anything that stood out immediately that you thought, that's the horse to beat for me there on Saturday night?
Oh, not necessarily. I think it's a fairly even field, and probably just comes down to luck in running.
Okay, let's go across to race 4. Here's another one of your favourites, Obi Legal. If My Alderman Victor's been good to you, this guy's been even better. Third run back here on Saturday night, he draws gate 3. Is that a little sticky or is that okay?
No, I think, he sort of, he makes his own luck a little bit, this horse. I'm probably a little bit biased because he's probably one of my favourite horses that I drive. So, but in saying that, he has been racing well, and this is my first time back on him this time in, so it'll be good to get back behind him, and we'll just sort of see what happens early. He's got good speed out, but he's pretty versatile these days as well, so I'm not too worried about what goes on.
All right, so speed to your inside, speed to your outside. It's just about finding a good position as quickly as possible?
Yeah, that's right. Obviously it's the key to these sorts of races is, getting out safe and getting in as close a position and best as position you can early,
All right. How have you assessed those 2 runs so far?
I thought his first run was terrific. He was sort of bolting in behind the speed the whole way and never really got clear. I don't think he even got out in the end. So he was sort of tucked up on backside the whole way to the line and looked impressive. And then last week's run, there was nothing wrong with at all. He sort of... he was settled back near last and come wide and was widest runner on the turn and sort of wearing him down on the line. He made good ground, which he probably didn't deserve to for how much ground he had to cover around the last turn and up the straight. So I think there's a lot of merit in them 2 runs and definitely makes me confident going forward. Okay,
race 5. This is a good quality race, good prize money up for grabs here, and as a result it draws a strong field. You're driving one of the key chances in My Dad Said. He comes out of that recent Marburg series, clean sweep there, heat and final, track record in the final. He was super at the bell. It just looked too big a task for him, but he was able to knuckle down, reel in those leaders.
Yeah, that's right. No, like you say, he's racing in terrific form, and his heat win was big, but his final win was just crazy, you know.
Off the charts.
Yeah, oh, ridiculous. So even, you know, I'll be honest, at the bell when we were sort of sprinting and the one in front of me was sort of weakening and I had to make the move around, it was my intention to sort of slip around and get back into the 1-1 hopefully, and then a runner come off the fence and left me 3 wide, and we were sort of, you could feel at the bell we were really sprinting. So I thought, you know, this is a long way from home to be doing this, and but he just, to his credit, he just kept coming and coming and coming, and probably wasn't until the last turn I sort of went, oh, I reckon I've got him, you know, but he got there just in the nick of time, but the run was massive.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So he's at the peak of his powers. This is a good challenge in its own right here on the weekend. Second row draw, Ellis Street, who's returned in super form, Landsgate 1. What are you hoping for here with the draw?
Probably fireworks, to be honest. I hope they, I hope they go silly early, and there's a few pressuring for the front early, and hopefully, you know, with Alice Street drawing good and a little bit of speed to his outside, hopefully there's a bit going on there early for us. I don't mind the draw. I think it's probably a good draw given the setup of the race. I'd rather be there than out in, you know, 5, 6 or 7. At least, you know, you get into the running line quicker and settle that bit closer. Probably takes a little bit of the thinking out early, and then, like I say, just hope for a bit of fireworks early, a genuine tempo, and I think he's good enough to get over the top late.
And when you look at that front row, there's a few there that should have a look early. Bobby Waterhouse, maybe Glover, maybe Makara. So there might be a few that go forward and just take a look early, which could help you.
Definitely, you know, and, you know, that was my exact thought on first glance at the fields. I sort of thought, oh, that's probably, you know, on paper looks like it hopefully might work into my hands a little bit. Hopefully a few of them will have a good crack and go at each other early, and then I can be the one chiming in late.
Charlie Martin's new to the training ranks. Officially, he's always been in and around the stables. The way he's going, this would be easy for him.
That's right. He'll have this in the palm of his hand, I think, the way he's travelling.
Oh, well, we wish you the best of luck there with My Dad Said, aiming for 3 straight. What about in race 6? You're down to drive Beach Magic here for Tess Neves. Barrier 1, he was placed last time out. Looks fairly open. Is he some sort of chance here?
Oh, definitely, Chris. You know, I think off his last 2 runs especially, there's been nothing wrong with either run. And like you say, ran second here at Redcliffe last time out in 58, which isn't bad time around this track. And, you know, I think obviously the one draw helps us a great lot. And, you know, I think if he has a little bit of luck in running and sort of just can be smoking the pipe there throughout the run and in a genuine tempo, he's definitely a good hope.
Do you want to lead? Do you think he can lead, or what's likely to run the gate? Because you look at that front row, there's no real standout, you know, flying horse early.
There's not, no. It's sort of probably a bit of a tricky one. I haven't really spoken to Tess and just yet, and I'm actually not 100% sure if I've ever driven the horse before. So maybe once, I think, a while ago. So we'll sort of just have a bit more of a look at it in the coming days, and obviously have a chat to Tess and weigh up what she'd like to do. But I think either way, I think he's in with a great hope in that race. All
right, you've definitely driven him. Definitely have driven him, so I know that for sure. All right, well, that's Beach Magic. What about in race 7, Lady Digby? Jason Carkeep prepares this mare. She's always thereabouts. She comes up with gate 3. How do you assess her chances?
Yeah, no, another one of my favourites. I think it's a night of favourites there on Saturday, actually. You know, she's a terrific mare, and I got a lot of time for Lady Digby. She's been a great filly, and you know, a mare now to me the whole way through. I've had a great lot of success on her, and I've always liked her. You know, she's always shown a great lot of speed. Recently, she sort of got a lot tougher, and she started to sort of be able to do it both ways a little bit more. So that's definitely helps her in races like this. And you know, there on Saturday, I think that actually looks a great race for her. It's probably a little bit of a sticky draw, but she's definitely in with a hope in that. I think if we sort of can lob a good spot early, then her wicked speed late and the way she's been going, I think will definitely play a key.
It's a key point, though, you raise with the draw, potentially sticky, because those 2 inside runners do have early speed, and you've got those following through from the second row, so it could be a little awkward.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, it is, you know, on paper it looks that way, and so we're probably just going to have to make up our mind pretty quick. Have a glance across early and see what's going on, and make up our mind there whether we float forward and try and get a spot or whether we just tuck in and drive for one run.
Okay, and the last race, here's another one that you've had good success with over a long period of time, Rock Bottom. This is a good quality race. Surprised it is the last race, but it is. He was a winner 5 starts ago. How does he sort of measure up here?
Yeah, no, I think, you know, these races definitely suit him. He's a great horse from the stand, and like you say, I've had great success on him. So he's a horse that I got a lot of time for as well, and he generally, touch wood, he's a safe beginner. So, you know, that's obviously a key asset in these races is the safe beginning and getting a good spot early. And he's such a consistent old horse, you know, so I think he's in with a great chance there on Saturday, you know, as long as everything goes to plan.
Would you prefer him at 21 or being 2,600 on Saturday night? Doesn't really matter?
I don't think it really matters. To be honest, 2,600 probably, you know, I'm going to say probably even suits him a little bit more. But, yeah, it's sort of both distances, I think, yeah, don't really bother him. And he's raced great over both distances previously. So.
All right. Well, they're your drives on Saturday night. Which one are you most looking forward to?
I'll have to say OB Legal, I think. You know, I'm keen to get back aboard him and hopefully he can run a good race.
All right, race 4, number 3. Leonard, as always, really appreciate the time. Hopefully there's a winner or two for you there on the weekend, and we'll see you trackside.
All right, thank you very much.
Shane Graham now joins us to go through his runners on Saturday night, and he's with us now. Shane, appreciate the time.
No problems, Chris.
Keen to get your thoughts here on Mossdale Terry. Race 1, number 3. He's been awesome since joining your stable from New Zealand. But what was your, you know, assessment of his effort last week?
Yeah, it was a fair, you know, he did do some work early, but I thought he would have held on a little bit better, but we'll just sort of put it down to one of them runs and see how he goes this week.
All right, so clearly not as sharp as what you were hoping for?
No, like, you know, it's always hard sitting in the death and over the middle distance, but yeah, I thought he would have, you know, dashed up a bit more the last 300 when the sprint went on. So, yeah, he was, you know, it was a pass mark, but it wasn't great.
Okay, so he backs up here on Saturday night, draws gate 3, and he's at a mile. So what was the initial line of thinking here with Mossdale Terry?
Yeah, look, it's a handy enough field, and I think there's a little bit of pace drawn inside of us. So he gets out good. So we'll just, you know, come out hard for the first 100 and play it from there.
Do you think you're a chance of finding the lead?
Probably not, but you know, you got to come out and have a look.
All right. Do you want to be left parked out, or are you hoping to find cover this week?
Look, if cover comes, it comes, and if it doesn't, you know, he's raced good in the death before over the short trip. So, you know, if the right one's there, it's there. But, you know, it's sort of, we'll just play it by ear to see what happens.
Okay. It is a handy field, though, like you said. Collector Dime's in super form, but he's rising in grade. So Sirius going well. Scotch and Ice is flying. Hey There Joe's going really well. So it's not an easy field.
Oh, no, it's not. You know, like you said, all those horses you mentioned, they're all racing well, and, you know, probably even the step up for Collector Dime, the times he's running, you know, he's going to be more than competitive. So, yeah, it's a good, solid field.
All right. Take out last week's run. Do you still have sort of plans and aspirations for the carnival upcoming?
Yeah, look, hopefully sort of, you know, he improves and sort of can measure up to some of them races. You know, each year our carnival seems to be getting harder, which isn't a great thing for him. But, yeah, look, if he sort of keeps improving through his grades, we'll have a look at some races.
All right. Race 2, Hasty Bit. Again, he's got a second line draw here. He's not having much luck with draws.
No, look, he's not drawing the best, but, you know, in saying that, when he did draw good, he probably didn't go that good, so he wasted that chance, you know. But, yeah, he's racing well. He's probably... yeah, just sort of getting used to the Saturday night racing and, you know, probably needs to keep improving a little bit more.
Okay, this looks super open. There's no standout in this field.
No, like you said, every week these sort of QO races, it all comes down to luck and running.
All right, so if he gets some, he could be thereabouts.
Yeah, I think so. You know, he's got a good turn of speed and that, so if he gets some luck, he'll be somewhere there. All
right, race 3, the mare's open. Sister Bliss, she's a last start winner. She was scratched last week, so obviously A-OK.
Yeah, everything's good with her, and yeah, we're lucky. You know, she drew good last week and had to scratch her, but she's come up with a good draw again this week, so you know, no harm done.
All right, so how do you line up this opposition on the weekend?
Yeah, look, you know, the mares up here, they're quite good races, I think. You know, there's no standout mare. But you know, in saying that, there's a lot of them racing well, so it'll all come down to who gets the best trip.
All right, you've got plenty of pace drawn to your outside, but bottom line, you should end up in a fairly good spot here.
Yeah, that's right. She's a bit sort of. Some weeks she gets off the arm real good, and other weeks she doesn't get out as good. But on a right night, she can get off the gate good.
All right, race 5. Good money up for grabs here. Drawn a strong field as well. Glover is your drive. Last start runner-up. He's another one. He's been really good since coming across from New Zealand. How do you sort of measure up the opposition here?
Yeah, look, like you said, it's a very good field and probably an even field, but he'll have to just sort of probably go back and drive for a bit of luck. Fair bit of pace inside of him, so. But I think he's up to it, but he just needs things to go his way.
Yeah, you're right about the speed. Ella Street 1, we always have faith too. Bobby Waterhouse, they'll all be running the arm early.
Yeah, that's right. And it looks like it'll be a genuine tempo race. So, you know, if you can sort of just find a posse up there at the front, you know, you're going to get your chance.
Yeah, he's more than capable though. Like some of his better runs have been when he's driven real quiet and he's really pinged to the line. So if it plays out that way, he's not out of it.
Yeah, that's right. He, you know, I think he has led and won, but I think he is better with cover. But yeah, like you said, when he's drawn bad and just driven quiet, he can really rattle home. So that's what we'll be looking for Saturday night.
Okay, race 7, Betty's Gold Class. You know this mare well. She's got very good early speed, suited by the draw and the trip. Can she measure up here?
Yeah, look, she's sort of probably, you know. She's consistent, you know, as long as they don't go too quick. When they start dropping the low 53s and 54s, it seems to be a bit quick for us. So, you know, as long as the tempo's not over quick, she's always thereabouts.
Do you give her any chance of heading off Diamond Shoes?
I'll be honest, I haven't really sort of taken much notice of Diamond Shoes' gate speed, but, you know, she is quite quick for that first 50 or 100, so, you know, she's probably a chance of getting across.
Okay. Race 8, this is another race for the mares. Talk Like Motion, you're back behind the Oaks winner from last season, but she's still got that ODM tag. But she's going well. Is this the right race for her?
Yeah, look, she's going well. Yeah, she's sort of been put out in the ODs, but she's just a mare that, you know, even in a 3-year-old campaign, it took her quite a few runs back to get into full race fitness. So it looks like it's the same this campaign too. And, you know, every run she's getting better. So you know, she shouldn't be too far off her best soon.
All right. So is that what we put it down to? Just fitness, that she's gradually building into the, you know, full fitness, or is it the fact that the handicap that she returned on this campaign was just a little too high?
Oh no, like the handicap, and you know, it's quite hard on the 3-year-olds. Like, you know, it's well known, documented. You know, I don't think anyone's really a fan of it, and how the 3-year-olds get punished out of there. You know, 2-year-olds as well. You know, if they happen to win a few races, she come back and she sort of had to go straight to a Saturday night meeting. So yeah, it has been quite hard. But in saying that, she's you know, she is a mare that likes racing, and you know, the further into her campaign, the better she is.
All right, fingers crossed there. In the last race, this is probably the best race on the program. Turn It Up. This is the band handicap, the open handicap. We go up to 2,647 metres this weekend. He got beaten last week. Turn It Up. Can he bounce back?
Yeah, I think so. You know, if he's still awake, they put it on late enough, didn't they?
Very
but,
odd.
Yeah, look, he was super last week. I think actually probably the last 2 starts have been, you know, it's one of close to his best runs. You know, he was, you know, very brave last week doing all the work, and just to get run down by Sendits, you know, it's no mean feat, because that horse is flying, you know. So yeah, look, he'll run his usual honest race. It'll just all come down to the luck in the running.
Yeah, his last mile would have been off the charts last week. Turn It Up.
Yeah, it would have had to have been, you know, because he got away fair without being brilliant, and you know what it's like over the 21 stands. Like if the leader runs and you're off a handicap, it's soon to be you know, double your back further. So he was a long way back and had to make a long run. So I was wrapped with how he went.
Does the extra trip this week suit?
Yeah, it does. You know, like it just gives you that extra, you know, 500 metres or whatever to get into the race. So you know, and I think it'll help, you know, backing up from a stand from week to week rather than going mobile stand. You know, it's he's quite reliable, but it's still, I think, it'll help racing in the stands.
Are you more worried about Send It or OK Boomer with Turn It Up this week?
Oh, look, I think there's more than them two around as well, you know, but, you know, just know and send it. I know 2600 is probably his best trip too, so, you know, if he was there over 21, he's going to be hard over 26 as well.
Okay. Well, it's a good book of drives for you on the weekend. Which one are you most looking forward to?
Oh, I'll just keep with Turn It Up, you know, he's my favourite, and hopefully if my night's not going good, he'll bring it good.
All right, we've got to be patient. Race 9, number 8, Turn It Up. Shane, as always, appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
No worries. Thanks, mate.
We wish both Leonard and Shane all the very best of luck. Hopefully there's a winner or two for both of them there on Saturday night. Time now for a good thing, and I think right in the middle of the program, race 5, which starts the main quaddie, number 1, Ella Street. His last 2 runs have been enormous. Super winning 2 starts ago, and last week really unlucky when just picked off late behind the janitor. He was screaming home along the inside. On Saturday night, he gets barrier 1, Nathan Dawson sticks. I think although he is rising in grade, he's the horse they've got to catch. He's in really good form. So race 5, number 1, Ella Street, marking him as the best bet on the program. If you are gambling this weekend, please do so responsibly. Look forward to seeing you at the Creek on Saturday night. 9 races. As I said, we start nice and early at 4:59. See you trackside.